Hey guys, I had another feed come in from Quora, and they're asking, I eat McDonald's almost every day for lunch, and I always get 4 cheeseburgers with a Fanta and a large shake. Is this too many calories? And of course, I just answer, what do calories have to do with it? Who cares? You have a lot more problems than your caloric intake at this point. So I wrote back. I said, well, why are you asking about calories? Do you feel overweight? Are you in pain? Did your doctor tell you that suddenly you have some malady that you need to manage? Second, the body doesn't care less about calories because, unlike the law of thermodynamics and physics, it's not a closed system. It's actually it uses biochemistry to sort out its requirements. So the better question to ask is, what happens to my body when I eat this stuff? All right. So first we have the hamburger, and then we have the shake, and then we have the Fanta. The only salvageable part of this meal that's even remotely close to real food would be the burger patty and potentially the American cheese slice, although it's processed. But it's less bad than the rest. If I remember right, on these cheeseburgers, they put a little bit of dehydrated onion, they put some ketchup, some mustard. Now you're eating 4 of those. You have 4 buns, and then you have this milkshake. I couldn't care less the quote-unquote flavor because it's all fake. Anyway, the whole thing is a big chemical morass. And the Fanta, of course, is just loaded with high fructose corn syrup. So here's what your body sees. It sees sugar, it sees glucose, it sees fructose. So you're going to spike insulin big time, and your body has to get rid of that glucose. I would assume if he's eating this daily for lunch, his liver is already fatty because he's processing so much fructose daily. If this were the only thing he ate, he would eventually starve to death because although his calories are exceeding 2,000 from this meal, there's no nutrition in it. The drink is zero nutrition. There's nothing salvageable. The milkshake is completely plastic chemicals. I'm sure the ingredient list is yay long. The bread and the seed, well, the sesame seed might have a little bit, but there's so little of it as a function of weight and calories. You're not going to get any nutrition from that. The bread will immediately break down into sugar. And so again, all you're left with is the patty and the cheese. And maybe the dehydrated onion, but again, so little of that onion is left. There's nothing there. The ketchup is sugar, and the mustard has some curcumin in it. It's turmeric. But again, in such small amounts, your body, it has 2 hours to get rid of most of those calories. And I know the patty is like teeny and small and shriveled up. But I did suggest take the money that you're spending, ask them if they can make you a deal on removing the bread and the condiments, of course. Keep the meat and the cheese, and ask them if I can, yourself too, replace the shake and that Fanta with the beef patties. All right? Now, I don't know how many that'll get you, but at least it's more nutritious, I guess infinitely more nutritious than the other chemicals you're putting in your body because there's just nothing there. And if that doesn't fill you up, then find out what is filling you up, because the rest of it is hollow, non-nutrient garbage. And I would tend to yield toward a need for sugar. And why is that happening? So if these few beef patties aren't filling you up for the price that you're paying, take that money that you would have spent anyway, go to a store, okay, and buy the fattiest ground beef that you can. I think the most I've seen is 70-30. If you can get 60-40, better. And cook that up and put that in a little brown bag, in a little dish or whatever. And make sure you scrape all that grease into it, okay? And if you do like the taste of mustard, go ahead and throw a little dash of that in there. Stay away from the ketchup, it's all sugar. If you want onions, chop up some real onions, throw it on there. Now, I would imagine 4 cheeseburgers, a shake, and a Fanta drink. I'm just gonna, off the top of my head, it here. 2, 4, 6, maybe $7. Would that be fair? With that, you can buy almost 2 pounds of your own ground beef. All right, and if you want to trade in a little of the ground beef for some real cheese, some whole milk, non-pasteurized if you can get it. Mostly European cheeses, but those might be a little expensive. But again, bare minimum, throw some cheddar on there, throw some Gouda, throw some mozzarella even, and snazz it up with a little bit of oregano, and now you just made yourself some Italian burgers, So try that. It's much more nutritious. It will fill you. In fact, 1.5 pounds of meat plus cheese, that would do me for a whole day. That's well over 3,000 calories of food. I wouldn't need to eat for a whole another day after pounding that down for lunch, all right? And you could get rid of that in an hour easily. Just go into the break room, throw it in the little Nucadora. I actually eat my meat cold. I don't mind the taste of solidified salted tallow. Doesn't bother me in the least. I think it's delicious. Tastes like pemmican. Yay. And do that. Do that for 30 days. Just eat that for lunch. Now, I would not eat breakfast or dinner at this point because, again, that lunch will give you all the nutrition you're going to need for at least that month. And see how you feel. Interesting, huh? Okay, guys, there's always solutions to things, and you just have to find them. I hope I was able to help this person on his way to understanding the body a little more and suggesting a new way to fit this meal into his lunch paradigm. All right, we'll talk soon. Be well.